Good evening. Welcome. Everyone is doing well. So today we have taken the topic, stop worrying, start living. Stop worrying, start living. We all don't worry, right? Do we worry? Do we worry about anything? What is worry? What does it mean by worry? The inspiration behind this topic was actually last Sunday's Murli, right? Papa talked about being Befikar Badshah, which is to be a carefree emperor. So, what does it mean to be, a carefree means no worries, right? Don't worry. There's a nice song, it says, don't worry. And the second part they say is, don't worry, be happy. इसका मतलब हुआ कि if I worry, then I am not happy. Right? That's what it means, right? So, what is worry? And all of us have felt that, that there's some like even everything is fine, but in the background, we keep on worrying about something. And then out of the four categories of thoughts that we have learned, which kind is worry? Waste thought. Just we realize later on, oh, I'm feeling a little low or my energy is a little less. What happened? Right. And generally, we don't think too much about it. Like, it's okay to worry. Even sometimes, whilst being on the path of meditation, you can still worry. You can worry that, um, you know, I'm not meditating well. I can have worry about it. I'm not reaching my aim. I can worry about it. There's a difference between concern and worry. So one is to have concern, which is good. I need to be concerned about something that I value. But worry is something that drains away the energy, right? And the other extreme of worry is then anxiety. Anxiety is where I, just can't come out of that, that loop of excessive thinking. And then if anxiety is, at a very deep level, it can even lead to depression, right? Like I keep on thinking, and it may sometimes have physical impacts also, like the body, the, worry is still not as, there, but still it's important to find where, worry is coming and then how to take care of it. So today let's try to go a little bit deeper into this. Okay. It says stop worrying, start living. And if we do the reverse, what will it be?
Start living, stop worrying.
Stop worrying. And if we replace stop with start,
Stop living, start worrying.
Start worrying, stop living.
So it really means this, right? That if I worry, that as if I'm not living in the moment. I mean, of course, I'm living, but I've lost the moment that life has given me. Right? Life has gifted us a set of moments, right? Our lifespan is fixed here. So we have been given whatever number of seconds or days to enjoy. But if I worry, I stop living suddenly, right? So it's something which actually is very, important to address. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what is worry. This is a nice quote. It says, worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. I feel I'm doing something, but I'm actually not getting anywhere. right? It's like a rocking chair. I like this way of understanding worry,
Yeah.
right? Right. Mm. There's another quote. It says, worrying is like walking around with an umbrella waiting for it to rain. It's not raining.
Rain.
So there's no need to carry an umbrella. Or there's no need to open it. Okay, I can carry it if I feel that it may rain later. There's no need to open it, right?
Yeah.
But worrying is like I'm just thinking, okay, what if this happens? What if that happens? And so what happens is like worrying. At that time, I feel that okay, I may worry, and then I'm trying to feel safe and secure. But ultimately, when a challenge comes, then because I've lost my strength, I don't have the power to handle the challenge.
Yes. So worrying.
Because of worrying too much.
Because of worrying too much. I have lost my inner power.
You drain your all energy.
Drain energy.
At the time of real emergency, you will not have any energy.
Yes, yes, that's right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, next what we have, it says, I worry that if I don't worry, something bad will happen. I, I worry that if I don't worry, something bad will happen.
Yeah.
So it means I need to worry, right? So what if this happens? What if that happens? So it's like I'm just creating it. It's nothing is there. I'm just creating it. Just creating.
Then it is likely to happen.
Then it's likely to happen. That's right. Because I've created it in my mind. I'm giving it energy. And so I'm inviting that energy also, right? Yeah. Mm. What it says is people get so in the habit of worry that, it's just an example, it says if you save them from drowning and put them on a bank to dry in the sun with hot chocolate and muffins, they wonder whether they are catching cold. Our worry keeps on changing. I don't feel grateful for what I have received or have gotten, but then I worry about something that I really don't have. Yeah. So we worry about so many things, right? There's another quote. It says, worry is a thief. Chor hai. Why? It robs us of our time, our peace, and our tomorrows. It says, I have wasted many good minutes, hours, days, months, and accumulatively years in apprehension over a future that never happened. And who of you, by being worried, can add a single hour to his life? Right? So it's just like a thief. And sometimes Baba says, Maya chor ki tarah aati hai, and it robs you of your peace and robs you of your happiness. And so worry is like that. I think last time we were looking at comparison probably. So it said comparison is a thief of joy. So comparison comes and joy disappears. And worry is also like that. Worry comes and peace disappears. Right. So we have a little story. Let's watch the story. It's about worry.
There was a farmer in a village who had a very bad habit. It was a habit of worrying unnecessarily. He used to worry about something or the other all the time. He used to think all the time that something might go wrong. Everything was going well in his life until now. He owned a large farm that produced a good crop every year. He had 4 strong bullocks for farming, 2 bullock carts, and a nice home. He was blessed with a beautiful wife and 2 lovely children. Yet he still worried unnecessarily, fearing that something bad might happen. Often he thought things like, what if my crops fail? What if stray animals destroy my crop? What if there is a drought, or if it rains heavily for weeks, then my crop will get ruined? If he wasn't thinking about his crops, he was worrying about other things. For example, he worried about the future of his children. He also worried about his old age, wondering if he got a serious illness. Would he be forced to sell the farm? Due to this habit, he felt uneasy and troubled all the time. With so much worrying, he became very annoyed, and now he did not even feel like doing any work. His wife was very upset that he was always worrying without any reason. She tried to convince him to stop worrying unnecessarily, but there was no point explaining. Then one day he heard that Jesus was staying in a nearby village for a few days, so decided to go to see him. He had heard that Jesus was an intelligent and compassionate person who was well known for healing and solving people's problems. So he had faith that Jesus could solve his worry habit. On meeting Jesus, the farmer put his problem before him. The farmer said, "Oh, teacher, my mind keeps worrying about something or the other all the time, most of which never happen. But I cannot stop this worrying habit. Could you please help me? I will do whatever you say." After listening carefully to the farmer's problem, Jesus said, "Okay, come back to me tomorrow morning, and then I will tell you the solution to your problem." The next morning, when the farmer arrived where Jesus was staying, he saw that Jesus was sitting cross-legged on the ground in a very worried state, staring at a glass full of milk that was placed in front of him. Jesus looked very worried and restless. Sometimes he placed his hands on his head, and other times he looked down in annoyance. Seeing Jesus upset like this, the farmer asked him, "Oh, teacher, what seems to be the matter? Why are you so upset?" Then Jesus said in very restless words, "I am very worried about the milk in this glass. I am worried a stray cat may come and knock it over, or that the milk may go off and be unsuitable for drinking. Also, I am worried that if I turn my back, one of my disciples might drink the milk. I have been very worried about all these things since sunrise." Hearing such words from the mouth of Jesus, the farmer started laughing out loud and said, "Oh, teacher, why would you worry about such things? It is only milk. If a cat spills it, or the milk goes off, or if someone drinks it, then you can deal with it at that moment. Worrying now is pointless because the milk is right in front of you, no cat has knocked it over, and it will take hours to get spoiled, and it's very unlikely one of your disciples is going to drink it." Hearing these words from the farmer's mouth, Jesus smiled and said, "So you think that it is pointless to worry about this milk? Pointless to worry about all the things that may never happen to this glass of milk? Is that what you are saying?" "Yes, teacher, that is exactly what I am saying." Jesus paused for a moment, then replied, "Then why do you worry about your crops when you have a great crop every year? Why do you worry about your healthy children? Why do you worry about becoming ill in old age when you are strong, healthy, and full of energy now?" Hearing these words from Jesus, the farmer felt as if someone had woke him up from a deep sleep. He realized that he was making the exact same mistakes. He also was worrying about future events which had not happened yet, and probably would never happen. Jesus then continued, "So stop worrying and start living. Start to enjoy what your Father in heaven has given you. Start enjoying the gift of being a successful farmer. Start enjoying your time with your wife and children. Start enjoying all that you have been given, your land, your animals, your abundant harvest. I tell you solemnly that to everyone that has gratitude, more will be given. But for the one who has no gratitude, even what they have will be taken away from them. From today, replace your thoughts of worry with thoughts of gratitude, and trust that God will provide all your wants and needs. Replace your worry habit with the habit of gratitude." The farmer stood stunned for some time, and then fell at the feet of Jesus and started thanking him for making him realize his mistake in such simple language. If we look at our lives, we will see that we worry so much about our future that we make today miserable. We always worry about how our future will be. What will be our financial condition in the future? Shall we be able to fulfill our responsibilities or not? What will happen to our children? What will be the future of our children? In worrying about the future, we forget that every moment spent worrying about tomorrow is a moment lost from enjoying today. Just look at the sparrows. They do not know what they will do in the next moment or what they will get to eat in the next moment, yet they manage to live happy lives. As Jesus taught the farmer, stop worrying and start living. Start enjoying what you already have, whether it's your family, your friends, your freedom, or your mental health. When you replace your thoughts of worry with thoughts of gratitude, you are replacing thoughts of fear with thoughts of faith. If you want to live a happy life, have faith that tomorrow will be bright and prosperous. Therefore, stop worrying about tomorrow, because worrying doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It only takes away today's peace. Instead, embrace gratitude, trust in God's provision, and find joy in the blessings of today.
Simple story, but quite meaningful, right? Yeah, worry about so many things. And many things actually, they don't happen, but it's our habit to worry, right? I came across this little chart over here, and I felt it was quite interesting. It says, so the big circle is things I worry about. The smaller circle is things that can happen. And the smallest little circle is things that do happen. Right. So actually, 99% nothing happens, but we just actually worry about it. So just like in that video, it said, it's just unnecessarily worrying about it, right? And I think the message was really nice. It said, replace the thoughts of worry with the thoughts of gratitude. If I'm grateful for what God has given me now, and if I can just enjoy this moment, this day, right, then I can actually just start living. um, eh, there is a little difference between worry and care. And it's important to understand that difference, right? Because we also care for, for our loved ones, for our things, it's caring is important. So we shouldn't be careless. Of course, we have to care. But what's the line between caring and worrying? It says care or worry. It says care is love-based, whereas worry is fear-based. So care is love-based. I care for someone because I really genuinely have feelings of love for them. But if it is out of fear, then it is worry. So that example, it says, I care about Jane very much. This means I have strong feelings of love and affection for Jane. On the contrary, I worry about Jane very much. This means I have strong feelings of anxiety for Jane. Perhaps she is sick or going through a difficult time in her life. So suddenly my thoughts will go to the negative, that maybe this is that is happening, that is happening. So if that is happening, then I know that somewhere I've crossed the line from care to worry. And so that's where the pure love has become attachment. That's where the fear is coming from. Otherwise, if it is, the genuine pure feelings of love, then there is just care. Another example is, I care about passing the exam. Passing the exam is important to me, so I care about it. I study. I don't waste time. The other is, I worry about passing the exam. I'm concerned that I may not pass the exam. Yeah. So worry is going into the negative. Care is positive still. Like, okay, I care for it, I prepare for it. But worry is, okay, what if I don't get this grade? What if I don't get that? What if I can? All that is actually going into negative, right? Right. And if we realize, like, where is worry coming from? What is at the root of worry? Where is it coming from? If we, go into the root of it, where
Fear of losing something.
of losing? Yes, yes, fear of losing. And why is there fear of losing? Attachment.
Attachment, yeah.
Why is there attachment? Why is there desire? Yeah, because I won't get attached to anything just like that. There has to be something that I get attached to. Huh? I feel it's mine, right? Yeah, yeah. So this word mine actually creates worry. If I feel something or someone is mine, then I start to worry. So mine is one is a pure mind. Pure mind means we're all souls, we're all children of God. So from that perspective, we have love and care for everyone. Of course, our family are gifts from God, so we take care of them. We have pure love for everyone, and we genuinely respect everyone. So that is pure love. But then one is then based on, that person is mine, so they should do what I feel is right. I have expectations or why they didn't talk to me properly, rather than thinking, oh, maybe they are busy, maybe they're having a, you know, busy day. But then my thoughts will not go like that. They'll be, oh, why didn't they talk to me? Why didn't they call me? Things like that. Yeah. And so this is coming from attachment, that I feel they are mine. So whatever is mine, I associate my, you know, feelings to it. Right? And so understanding this is very important, because that will allow us to, work on our worry very easily. And, that's what, like, I think in Sunday's message, the Murli that we heard, it was, uh, so it says worry is linked to mind. And the very easy way to deal with it is change mine to yours. So people in my life, okay, they are mine in that, but they actually are God's children. They're God's angels. Like, my child is really not my child. It's God's child. And God has given the child to me so that I can take care of the child. Just this little bit, work I have to do. And then there's no worry, but actually I have more love and respect, genuine love and respect. And I won't, sometimes I can also project my insecurities to the other one, but I won't. I change mine to yours. So the house that I'm living in actually is not mine. Of course, it's not mine, because I can't take it with me when I leave this body. So it's not mine. It's really not mine. That's the reality. It's not mine. It's just until I have the soul, I'm in this body, I'm staying here. But even now, I mean, even whilst I'm in this body, I can move also. So it's really not mine. But God, it is actually God's. Everything is given by God for me to really, this is house. Okay, so this is for me to have a, you know, uh, really feel that presence of God, that this belongs to God. And same with everything, like job, it's not about my job, it's God's. And so then slowly what happens is, say, okay, my problem, no, not my problem. Whose problem? God's problem. Right. So, and we can extrapolate, like, if I'm not able to meditate well, is it my problem? Or is it God's problem? It's God's problem. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's God's problem. Right? So God is my father. God is my teacher. So God has to find a way. Right? Why do I need to worry? I don't need to worry. Because the moment I worry, then I can't feel God. It takes me away from. It takes me away from, isn't it? Right. And so that feeling, that realization is so important. And then I realized there's no point worrying about anything. So there's another little video, and let's just watch this video, and then we'll discuss.
You are here, somewhere. You can't see you, it's too far away, but you're here somewhere. Maybe here, maybe here. You could be almost anywhere here, but you're definitely here. You don't know why or for what. No one does. All you know, all I know, is that you are somewhere here, magnetized to this strange, lushly coated wet rock, floating in its designated position of endless nothing. This rock you are on, it's tiny, and you are tiny compared to this rock. If we zoom out a little bit, look how tiny you are. Even further, tinier. You're so tiny, your even tinier brain can't comprehend how tiny you are. Your tiny self is posted up on this tiny rock surrounded by this dark, massive, unending space that could be anything and nothing at the same time. This rock will give you life. It will give you everything you need to live on its crust for a period of time. It might feel like a while, or it might feel like no time at all, depending on what mood you're in when you consider this idea. Regardless of how it feels to you, when compared to almost everything else, it will be so short. A single frame in a movie that never ends. A frame that could be removed and nothing would really change about the movie. In this frame, you will live on this rock, then you will die, and you will have no idea what happened. No one will. If you're really lucky, you'll have some friends and family and lovers who will be sad for a little while. They'll miss you, but they'll try really hard not to, because being sad and missing someone all the time is really tiresome. It'll mess up their lives, so they'll try to work through it and move on as best they can. They might go to therapy, they might practice techniques to get through grieving. They'll probably be somewhat successful. They will also die. If you're even more unusually lucky, you'll be missed and remembered for a little bit longer by a few more people. Perhaps you did something that impacted more people while you lived on this rock. Perhaps you were profoundly artistic or smart or a leader or an inventor. When you die, perhaps more people will be sad for a little longer stretch of time. Most of these people would have never really known you though, so they won't think about you too much for too long either. And when they do, it'll mostly be a misconstruction of you based on their own ideals. They will all die. Over time, every person and every memory of a person will all die with each other. This won't matter. To you, to me, to anyone, we'll all be dead. The things you did, the words you said, the impacts you made, for good or for bad, big or small, they will all lose your name tag and will not matter to anyone or anything. So, whatever you're nervous about right now, whoever you're nervous because of, perhaps a first date, a job interview, a big presentation, an important test, a hard conversation, you might feel paralyzed with anxiety. You might feel like the course of your life is hinged on this coming moment, that the fate of reality is on your shoulders. It's not. You might be worried that you're going to do the wrong thing or fail. You might, but everything will be okay. Because for some reason, against all conceivable odds, you're on this weird rock, this planet that births life, life that births more life, novel life, intelligent life, you. In this unknowable vacuum of potential nihility, you have this playground, this consciousness, this capacity for wonder, emotion, and thought. The only real mistake you can make is to not recognize this, to never relax and enjoy the hilarious and enthralling absurdity of it all, to realize that it all means nothing beyond itself, and to find freedom and inspiration in this thought, to explore and connect with what it can mean to be a you on a rock, in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe, in a who knows what. To be kind and decent, to have fun, to love, to laugh, to cry, to try, to fail, to live. And to remember that no matter whatever happens, you can still do all of this. No matter what you do in life, worst case is you try your best, you be yourself, and you do what you can do with compassion, honesty, effort, and understanding. and it goes worst case. And then you move on, like everything else.
Thank you for watching.
Mhm. Just is the message really is that everything is temporary.
Yeah.
We try and make it so important, as if, this little thing that I'm thinking about is the most important thing. But in the larger scheme of things, actually, it's not that important. Right? And that's why, when we just take a moment out to just realize this, who I truly am, and what is all this happening here? This is a playground. We're all playing our roles.
Yeah.
No one is going to remember what happened, right? We have so many billions of lives, billions of stories.
Yeah.
They're all happening here in this playground.
Yeah.
And one day or one thing, I've just blown it up out of proportion. And that is what is making me worried. And I'm losing this gift of this moment that has been given to me. So when I actually realize this unlimited, perspective, the eternal perspective, that's what meditation really is. When Baba says, go beyond time, go beyond space, and go beyond this physical world, go to your home. That's what it really means, is forget about the small little things that are happening in this playground that are not important from the perspective of the journey of the soul. Mhm. Right. And once we don't give that much importance, like for example, this thought was just coming. For example, we are living in this, house, in this place. There might be so many ants also here in a corner, isn't it? And they may be thinking, worried about where do they get their next meal from. But am I worried about what they are worried? No, because it doesn't matter to me. It's not even on my radar screen, right? So when I realize that they're so tiny, it doesn't even matter. So if I take a moment to make this character so tiny, like in that moment, like if I take just 5 minutes for meditation, in that moment, if I can make this character so tiny, tinier than an ant, that it doesn't matter. Whatever is happening doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. And then I can actually connect with my truth as a soul, and then I begin to feel the presence of the Supreme God. Mm. And that's where then I feel recharged, and then I come back, and then I enjoy everything. It's not like it's not a passive life. I enjoy everything. I do everything. I fulfill my responsibilities. But then I know it's nothing is mine. I'm detached. Then there's no need to worry. That's why the word is Befikr. The other next word is Badsha. Badsha is the one who is the master, who is, who Badsha is also the one to whom everything belongs. Badsha is the king. And then he's enjoying, right, his life, right? And so if we look at this, right, so there is a world outside, but then there is a world inside. And we have just bundled everything from outside here inside. Then we begin to think or worry about it. And that's where it's like meditation when we say is, forget about the old world. What it really means is this all the world inside that I have created. I need to forget about it. Because then I can actually disconnect, and then I can experience the real love that is coming from God. It becomes very easy. And then it says like this, you know? So bird inside the cage. And the bird is inside the cage, then it's like the state of mind is worry. It's inside the cage. But when I unlock the bird, then the bird can fly. So it's like when the mind is just inside the cage that I have created of this role that I'm playing. When my thoughts are only around it, and that's what is my life. That's all what matters to me. Then I'm like, I am a bird, because the soul is a bird, but I cannot fly. And that's what, bothers me. I cannot experience peace. I cannot experience happiness because I'm encaged. And the moment like this, this wisdom will open my lock, and then I can fly. It's realizing again who I am, where have I come from, what do I belong to? Right? Just this, that's it. And it unlocks, and then I can experience reality. Reality beyond. Right? Mhm. And another way to just say the same thing is we say, just stretch the time. Stretch the time. What it really means is like, you know, uh, if I, for example, I'm worrying about something, right now. If I ask myself, okay, 5 years down the line, will it be important what I'm worrying right now? 10 years down the line, is it going to be important? No. Generally, it's like that. And then if I stretch it even further, okay, after I leave this body, will it be important?
No.
No, no, right? If I further stretch the time in my journey of the soul, is it important? Maybe not. Then why worry? Then why worry? Right? It's like the more I stretch the time, I'm able to see from the perspective of the soul. Then I don't need to worry. Mhm. So this process really is, this between stretching, or other way we can call it zoom out. Yeah. It's a zoom out until you see from God's perspective. So I zoom out until I see from God's perspective. And from that perspective, there's only one person in the world who never worries. Who is that?
Child.
Child. God. God. God, like person in the sense like this being,
Right, yeah.
like who never worries. And that is God. And then moment I can see from God's perspective, I don't need to worry. Right? See, another way to look at it is when I say God is mine, right? So generally we worry about whatever is mine, right? But if mine is God, do I need to worry about God? What will happen to God if this happens? Do I need to worry about God? No. I don't need to worry about God, right? And so that's why when at the moment I say God is mine, God, Baba, whatever we call him, God is mine, then I don't need to worry about anything, actually. Right? Because God, there's nothing to worry about God. And then there's a complete like feeling of peace and just complete stability that automatically emerges. Mhm. 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 So there is a little poem. Maybe I'll just share this poem. It says, there are 2 days in every week about which we should not worry. 2 days which should be kept free from fear and apprehension. Only 2 days from the 7 days. Yeah. So it says one of these days is yesterday, with all its mistakes and cares, its faults and blunders, its aches and pains. Yesterday has passed forever beyond our control. All the money in the world cannot bring back yesterday. No. Acha. We cannot undo a single act we performed. We cannot erase a single word we said. Yesterday is gone forever. The other day we should not worry about is tomorrow. With all its possible adversities, its burdens, its large promise, its poor performance, tomorrow is also beyond our immediate control. Tomorrow's sun will rise, either in splendor or behind a mask of clouds, but it will rise. Until it does, we have no stake in tomorrow, for it is yet to be born. This leaves only one day today. Any person can fight the battle of just one day. It is when you and I add the burdens of those two awful eternities. It is not the experience of today that drives a person mad. It is the remorse or bitterness of something which happened yesterday and the dread of what tomorrow may bring. Let us therefore live but one day at a time. One day at a time. There's no need to worry about what happened yesterday, what happened tomorrow. Just one day at a time, that is today. That's all. Mhm. 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 You know, I couple of weeks back, someone was visiting and I was talking to them. And one thing they said, it really touched me. They said, when I go to bed, I tell God, I'm coming to you, you know, and if you feel like you send me tomorrow morning back, but I'm all done. I'm coming to you.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow, I've never thought like this. You know, it's like, I'm done with my life. I'm coming to you. You know, that's such a nice way to, you know, just think
You
about
want me,
life.
have you come tomorrow?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll tell you.
Yeah, if you feel I'm needed here, okay, bring me in the body tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm done for today.
Oh, excellent.
Just living one day at a time, right? Because that's the reality. We don't even know these days. Life is so unpredictable. We don't even know if we will come back or not. So why not just thank God and just go to it? Mhm. Mhm. Great. I'll just finish with this last slide here. I don't know if we have discussed this before. It's called the worry tree. So it says, notice when you are getting caught by worries. Second step, ask yourself what the worry is really about. Then ask, can you do something about it? Generally, we don't ask these questions, right? So, can I do something about it? If the answer is no, I can't do anything about it, then let the worry go. Because I can't do anything about it. Why worry? Right? If the answer is yes, yes, I can do something about it. Then the next question, now or later? Can I do it now or later? If the answer is now, then decide on an action and do it. Let the worry go. Because if I'm doing something, then I won't be worried. Acha, later, decide when to act and schedule it. Let the worry go. That's a really practical way of, you know.
Do not carry it all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
just let it go.
Just let it go.
Decided that.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Right. There was um, another little story. So a person is always worried. So he, you know, goes to a monk. What should I do? He says, okay, come with me. He said, okay, he's walking behind him. He said, there is a heavy stone, rock. He said, carry it. Okay, he carried it. So he's, walking. Monk is not carrying, he's carrying. He's carrying, it's like 10, 20 minutes, half an hour. He said, "Are you okay?" He said, "No, I'm really tired. My hands are hurting." So he said, "Okay, now drop it." So he dropped it. So how are you feeling now? I'm feeling good because I dropped it, right? And so he said, what happens with us is every, worry, everything we worry about is like a rock that we're carrying in our mind, in our consciousness. Consciousness. And he said, because you're carrying so many rocks, your mind is becoming very heavy. So all you need to do is to just drop it. That's it. Once you leave it, let the worry go, leave it. And then then you feel good. Right. Cha, Om Shanti. Let's take a moment and maybe just take this moment to realize that we're all these beautiful beings of light, eternal souls. We are these tiny points of light. And we are playing our roles in this eternal play of life. This play is meant for us to enjoy. And we just realize this truth. And we realize that in this play, the divine God is always with me. I just zoom out from everything, from my character, my responsibilities, from my past, everything. I just zoom out as if I'm seeing it from, it's like 100,000 miles away. And from here, it seems insignificant. Then as I zoom out, I zoom into my reality as a soul, my reality of where I live in my eternal home, and the reality of who do I belong to, the divine. This is the reality of my existence. And then from here, I gently come down to visit this physical dimension. But my focus is just on living this moment, this day. I just stop worrying and start living. Om Shanti. Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Like to open up if anyone would like to share any thoughts, anything anyone would like to share. Please feel free to. We have three angels here. I will just see if anyone would like to share some thoughts. So everyone knows we have Anil Bhai. Anil Bhai.
Yes, my name is Anil. Anil Gilda. I'm from Brownsville.
Myself would be, I'm also from transfer.
Key takeaway for me, which I think I've shared before also, but I need to remind myself to focus on is to see everything from God's perspective. That zoom out thing, I think I've shared in the past, but I sometimes just forget. So I feel that's something I would like to take away and like, focus on. Just completely zoom out and then look at how tiny everything is. And then the worry tree obviously is also very helpful.
Thank you. Shanti. Great. Any other thoughts? Anyone online would like to share?
Thank you, Saurabhai. Thank you, Baba, for this wonderful class. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Saurabhai. I really needed this session. This is Aman.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mandeep ji.
Om
Is, is Arna there?
Yeah,
Om
that's
Shanti.
also saying Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Arna. You know, we need to learn so much from kids. They don't worry about anything. They just want to enjoy, right? So, great. Thank you. Okay, great. Then have a great rest of the evening, everyone. Thank you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.